That's obvious. They got to do that.
Yeah, you can do that move like the Simpsons ride where you just see the cart and it's like they're starlight screens.
Yeah.
All right, we are live, letting y'all know.
Okay, let me open this up
All right.
and mute this.
Oh man. Ooh man, when the last time we did a podcast together though, Alex?
I have no idea.
Oh man.
No idea. It's been a long time.
Yes, it has, man. Yes, it has. Whew. But yeah, we're back, and again, we just did a podcast the other day. Of course, Alex couldn't join us. I guess he was at work, and everybody got their own thing they going, and we're busy. Everybody's busy. Luckily, I got a few days off from work, so I got some time on my hands. And like I told the guys the other day, I would like to do more podcasts. Trying to balance out everything I'm doing in my life. Well, I guess you could say both of my jobs and everything, whatever. But welcome back. We gonna try and stay this time and do weekly podcasts, and it's not really much to talk about except the whole Sega thing. Well, then again, there's a lot to talk about because we had done a podcast in so long. Shit, for real. So, there's of course the big news today is the Sega acquired Rovio, the makers of Angry Birds, and I guess Sega they've been trending a lot lately these past few days, or I guess you could say a couple of weeks, because it's a couple of games has been leaked, and you got the Sunset Overdrive, Jet Set Radio, and the other game Persona 3, and those the footage just kind of look real, so we're gonna talk about that as well. We're gonna probably dig a little bit at the ABK deal, and so yeah, let's just go ahead and get our intros out the way and just get into it. Let's start with you, Alex.
I actually forgot how to do this. It's been so long. Hey guys, what's going on? Alex Prime here. We're back after seemingly 10 years. I don't know how long it's been, but we're back with another podcast.
Man,
and we got a lot to talk about today, and it's good to be back with the boys talking games.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go with you, Nick.
Hi.
Oh, we doing this again, Nick? Oh man.
Man, I apologize. It's been a long day. The universe chose violence, and I chose it right back. I apologize for my behavior.
Damn.
I was having a day.
I'm trying.
Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Real Fun Podcast. Even shorter than I predicted. I said a week. It's only been a few days, so we're getting better.
Yeah,
nice.
We're getting better. So our last podcast together was November 18th, 2021.
Oh, wow.
about roughly a year and a half. God damn.
And I said we'll see you in 2022. That was supposed to be a joke. 2023 was supposed to be a joke.
Because I'm trying to remember, I don't think the last time we did a podcast together, this Activision deal thing was even going on. So
I think the last time it was a Bethesda.
Holy crap, this shit's been going on for a year.
It was the Bethesda thing the last time we talked about.
Yeah, I think the Bethesda thing was the last thing we talked about.
That's what it was.
That's funny.
I know. Shit, hell, man. Shit happened, man. I had to fucking change some stuff in my life, man. Dude, I don't know if you're looking at me right now, I'm a lot slimmer than I was, because it just got to a point. I was like, man, I'm not liking how I'm looking, man, because when you so big and you can feel you can feel yourself when you walk. I'm like, nah, I'm just uncomfortable in this body, man. So I had to start doing more exercise. I had to start, eat less and watch what I eat. I still got some ways to go, but like I told the guys the other day, man, I lost over 70 pounds this past year.
That's very good.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I feel better, but like I say, I'm not satisfied. So yeah, man, there's a lot that's going on. It's so little to talk about. Of course, I don't want to keep y'all here all night, but of course, the whole Sega, Rovio, and is it Rovio? I'm not sure how you pronounce it.
I think it's Rovio.
Rovio. Oh, okay. So as far as Sega goes, I'm actually thinking they're starting to do a lot better than we expected, because I remember our previous podcast we had 1, 2, 3 years ago about what kind of franchise they need to revive back, And we already look at the screenshots, and I guess you could say the little snippet of the gameplay footage of was it Jet Set Radio and Persona 3, in which I'm very excited about those. And of course, what else? Skies of Arcadia. That's also been a really huge rumor of a remaster, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be excited about that as well as me. And I'm actually think everything is true because remember Sega, they asked us, gave us a survey on what they would like for us to for them to revive, and those games has been on the top of that list. So, and of course you got Sega investing their money on the mobile side, even though mobile might not be what we like because we don't really be on mobile like that. I had touched Angry Birds since 2010. It's been a very long time since I even played that game. But by them making a lot of money off of that franchise, it's going to generate more money to bring back the older franchises in which we've been asking about for a long time. Sega, they still have a lot of powerful IPs. But they need the capital to access it. They need money. They need support to do it. Just look at the Sonic Frontiers situation. Even though the game might not score that well critically, but as far as the sales and the word of mouth, a lot of fans actually like the game, even though it didn't get that high 80s, 90s Metacritic score. But it sold well. I think it sold over 3 million copies, and Sega was very excited. And of course, Persona, it keeps selling. They put it on the Switch. Yeah. It just keeps selling. So Sega is making a lot of money off their franchises. So that's why I'm not surprised on how they can afford to buy Rovio. I'm not surprised because they've been doing well, especially with the Yakuza games. The Yakuza game, it just keeps getting more.
Yakuza's exploded over the past few years.
Yes, especially thanks to Game Pass, because Game Pass has really opened up a lot of doors for that developer.
They love Game Pass. Sega said as much. They're one of the publishers that put their most games on Game Pass.
Yeah, so I'm happy for them. So it wouldn't surprise me if Sega be the very first Japanese company.
Fighter 5.
I know. It wouldn't surprise me if Sega be the very first Japanese company to get acquired by an American company. It wouldn't surprise me because we already know about the previous the relationship that Microsoft had with Sega dating back all the way to
Sega and Xbox have always had a very close relationship.
Yeah, like if you was an original Xbox One owner, their OG Xbox, remember they had that 10-game exclusive deal with the original Xbox?
Yeah,
I remember that. So, look at the Sega Dreamcast and the Xbox controller. Their controller is damn near identical with the button layout. If you just looking at it, so they got a really close relationship. It wouldn't surprise me if they actually do get acquired pretty soon. I don't know. Anything can happen after this ABK deal. But what do y'all think about this with this whole Sega deal? Do you think it's gonna open up doors for Sega to bring back their old IPs that we've been asking for? And do y'all think Sega is actually doing a lot better, or are they making a comeback like Capcom's been making a comeback these past couple of years because their stuff is selling and they're doing very well? What do y'all think?
I think it's smart for them to move into mobile because, obviously that's an area where they could make a lot of money. And they're, I don't know if you mentioned this earlier, but they're looking to spend $775 million to acquire Rovio. So that's a lot of money. They're you're closing in on $1 billion for Rovio, for Angry Birds, and that's a huge IP. Obviously, it's kind of fallen off from what it used to be. That's mostly Rovio's fault for letting it kind of die off and change the payment structure for the game. But I think Sega buying this makes a lot of sense. It's a smart move. Like when they bought Atlas, that turned out to be an amazing move for them because they got the Persona games, which are their highest rated games now are their Persona games. And it's great that they're also expanding that by putting Persona on Xbox and PC and Switch. And as we talked about a little bit earlier, Yakuza's exploded. So they're definitely on the uprise. I wouldn't say they're at the level of Capcom because Capcom honestly has just been killing it everywhere. Every game they put out is a banger. Every game they put out sells like crazy. They're about to put out Street Fighter, as Nick said. Where's Tekken or what's their fighting game?
Virtual Fighter 5.
Sorry, Virtual Fighter. They don't have their Virtual Fighter out, but Capcom has their Street Fighter 6, which looks... I don't even like fighting games, but Street Fighter 6 looks fucking crazy. That game looks amazing. So I wouldn't say they're Capcom level back, but like they're definitely on their way there, which is good to see because like Sega has a lot of good IP. I'd be choked if we lost Yakuza or Like a Dragon in some way because like that's one of the best franchises ever.
Yeah. Like, as far as sales wise, they, of course, what's their highest selling game? Sonic Frontiers? Or no? Persona. Persona's
Persona, yeah.
But then again, Frontiers just came out. It's sold over 3 million within like about 2-3 months, something like that. Persona, I think, sold between 6 or 7 million within like a 5 to 6, 7 year span, whatever. But when it's all said and done, you never know. Sonic is so popular, man. It might outsell Persona 5. It's so popular. And
no,
you don't think so?
Nah.
I don't know,
I mean,
man.
maybe because like even what was that really crappy Sonic game before Frontiers? That one sold really well.
Forces.
Yeah, Forces. Yeah, that game sold like 6 million or something, right?
I don't know. All I know is Sega said they was happy with what they made in return. So it don't even matter. Like Sonic games always sells.
Yeah, they always
it always sells for real.
Well, that's honestly Sonic's curse is that even the bad ones sell, so they never know what to do.
There's only one version of Sonic Frontiers, but now there's like 4 versions of Persona 5. Just saying.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Like Sega, they have potential to be on the quality of Capcom because they, like I said, they have the properties, they have the IPs to compete. They just need the funds to make these high quality games, the budgeting. And, of course, if they would have, let's say if they would have delayed Sonic Frontiers, let's say another year, just to, put more money into it, earn out all the pop-ups and all that, then I'm pretty sure this game was scored a lot better than, was it like a 72, 73 on Metacritic, something like that?
Yeah.
But, of course, they got a list of their investors and all theirs, so they had to release the game, but... And like I said, at the end of the day, the fans actually like it, so it is what it is. And with the success of it, I'm pretty sure they're gonna use that same format of that game. They're gonna probably have a Sonic Frontiers 2, and of course they're gonna increase the budget of that game. So I guess the next game we're going to expect better quality, and of course we're not gonna have the Switch to be the the least common denominator because that kind of hurt it as well too, since they had to make it for the Switch as well. Hopefully the Switch 2 comes out. I'm just being for real.
One day.
Switch needs to die, man. I'm sorry. I like the Switch. I like the games, but fuck, man. Man.
I would imagine Zelda's probably the last big game for it.
Yeah, I would imagine it's gonna be still 30 frames per second at $70. For real.
But Zelda? Yeah, of course it will be. It's the Switch.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, yeah, what do you think about this, Nick? Do you think this is going to open up doors for more Sega IPs, and are they going to increase the budgeting of the next Sonic game?
No to the first question, but yes to the second one. I don't think. Yeah, they're definitely putting more money into the next Sonic game, especially if this one was successful. But I don't know. I currently have given up hope on Sega bringing back some older stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, when Game Pass came and one of the first games released on Game Pass was Shenmue 1 and 2, and I was hopeful. I thought, cool, maybe they'll start putting more Dreamcast games on this service, like this one. And then I waited. And I waited. And I'm still waiting. I ain't done shit with any of that other stuff yet.
I don't know, man.
I know there's like... Huh?
I said, I don't know. They might be trying to come out with this Dreamcast Mini. I know it's been rumored for the last 5 years, but that might be one of the... That might be your answer right there.
I could be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, hey, if they make a Dreamcast Mini, I'm definitely getting on that.
Oh, hell yeah.
The only problem is if they make no effort to put Marvel Capcom 2 on that thing, there's no point in doing this. I'm sorry to say it. Like, they need to have that on there, otherwise, like, don't bother. Come on.
It's good that they want to do all these remasters and stuff because they have a lot of older games that people love, like Crazy Taxi and stuff.
I don't know, but I was saying before the podcast, like I'm tired of remakes. Just make sequels. We're done. Okay. We've gone 2 entire console generations now, basically, and we're still playing like either the past games from those systems are being remastered, re-released, or remade. I mean, I don't know. I'm just like, okay, come on. It shouldn't be like this. This is getting ridiculous now.
I don't know. Just try it out. Try out that Resident Evil 4. It's really good, man.
I'll get to it eventually.
It's really good. I really love it.
I'm still holding out a hope that we'll get a Vanquish 2 one day.
I doubt that.
They had plenty of time. They had 2 whole systems. There was Xbox One, and now there's the what?
One day.
The Xbox is doing PC now, so I'm just like, Sony's doing PC. I'm like, oh my god, just make sequels already, all right? Like, why are we still having like Grand Theft Auto 5 or 6 and all these other ones? So. I don't know. Like, I want them. Yes, like I would want them to take that money and use and do that kind of stuff. But at the same time, like, history has really not been on my side with that thought, with that hope, and I feel a bit let down by that.
Well, you never know, man. Like I say, if Sega can afford damn near $1 billion for a mobile company, they can probably. They might be up to something that might surprise you. Just saying.
Hey, I'm pretty sure we'll get Persona 6 this console generation.
Oh yeah, it's definitely coming. It's definitely it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, but it's probably gonna be like the end of the cycle and end up on PS6. So.
Oh yeah, it'll probably be cross-gen.
They did the same thing with people keep forgetting Persona 5 is on PS3.
It's on PS3.
It actually did come out for PS3.
Like, what's the time gap between releases? It's like between 6 to 7 years.
It gets longer all the every.
I think Persona 4 to 5 was almost 10 years, wasn't it?
Wait, are you sure?
I think. Maybe it was 6 or 7, but I'm pretty sure it was almost 10 by the time it actually
these
came out.
games got multiple endings, different angles, different storylines, so I don't know. It probably takes a while to put all that together because I think
we're getting 2 brand new Yakuza games. So like we're getting the one that's all about Kiryu after Yakuza 6, and then we're getting Like a Dragon 2. So that's nice.
So Persona 4 came out July 10, 2008.
I don't think they're calling them Yakuza. I think they're switching it to their original name.
Yeah, they're changing it to Like a Dragon now.
It's not gonna be Yakuza anymore. So even if it's going Kiryu, it's still gonna be Like a Dragon.
Yeah, it's Like a Dragon, the man who erased his name. Long
yeah,
time.
I saw that. So.
So it was.
And I'll probably end up buying that one day one too.
So it was.
That game's gonna be
it was an 8-year gap between 4 and 5.
Yeah, there you go. 8 years. That's a long time.
But Persona 5 came out 2016, so I don't know, man. We've been getting pretty close to 8 years with that.
Yeah, but I think you have to count it after Royal, though.
Ah, come on.
But they also announced, Persona 5 like pretty early not early, maybe a few years into the PS3 life cycle.
Right.
So we already at about the 7-year mark since the original release of Persona 5 came out in Japan. So I don't know, like if they're gonna follow that same time gap, then we might get some type of announcement maybe within a year from now. If it's not this summer, then at least next summer we're gonna get some type of release, almost a release date or a trailer or something.
I don't think it'll get released next year. But
no, not released. Yeah. Like an announcement or something.
Yeah.
But then again, like if they're gonna follow that same strategy, then next year is gonna be 8 years. So I don't know. Then you never know. We might get surprised with that this summer and possibly get released next year. Or if
possibly.
Not, then
I know last time they released a still image.
They said they had stuff to show at E3, but then obviously everyone pulled out of E3.
Yeah.
So, maybe they're going to do their own live stream around that time. Because, yeah, they have so many IP to pull from. So, it'd be nice to see more stuff come out of them.
Yeah.
E3. We're back! No, you're not.
Nice try.
all the companies were like, no, you're not.
I prefer E3 because everything's all within that few days. Get everything over and done with. I hate the Summer Games Fest.
God,
Can't
but I
stand
know,
it.
like that's not a good substitute. I don't know why.
It's a horrible substitute. It takes like 3 months to get to see everything that E3 gave us in like 3 days.
And I've tried to watch it. It's just boring. I'm like, oh my
And
god.
most of it's just filler, right? It's horrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like
So,
Jeff Keighley is just a vacuum. I don't know why.
He just takes
I
up
don't know why
everything.
he thinks he's interesting. He just
He's just more of a businessman than the game, if you ask me, because I can't watch that shit. It's just too many ads. It's too many.
There's too many ads. It's too long. Like, I like the Video Game Awards, because that's just one day, a few hours. That's great. But the Summer Games Fest is way too long. I wish he could condense it down to like a week.
Yeah, I always like E3
Need to
because
make
I
like a
love to.
Spring Break Games Fest.
I always
Yeah,
love to hear
something like
the. I always love to hear the crowd reaction. Like, you know, when they get hype, we get hype, and like that's what I loved about it. You know, it's always been that way, and since they didn't change everything up, I kind of understand why everybody choose to go their separate ways, because doing the whole E3 show, it takes months of preparation, and it's a lot of money into that. So that's why
that's the main thing. It costs them so much money just
so
to
much
be on the
money.
show floor.
And Nintendo was the very first one to pull out. They was like, why spend all this money doing this, and we could just do our own digital event. We ain't got to. We ain't got to go nowhere. Just we could do a video in our own office and do a little green screen or something. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, they figured it out a long time ago with the Nintendo Directs. They were way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, everybody else pulling out. Like,
we all know everybody's gonna claim that it was Sony doing it that really killed E3.
Of course, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, Sony leaving was the big catalyst for everyone else leaving, though. That is true.
Yeah.
I know, we all gotta pretend like it was their idea that E3 doesn't exist anymore.
All Sony. So speaking of Sony, man, this ABK thing, I know we really hadn't been talking about. I'm pretty sure y'all talked about it a lot in your Discord, Alex. I just, I never in there. So, so I probably pop in there maybe twice a year or so. But with everything that's been going on, of course, today South Africa approved the deal.
And South Africa approved it.
I believe next week we're supposed to get a final decision with the CMAs. Then after CMA is going to be the FTC. I think the FTC is the very last one because we are.
FTC is suing them.
I forgot about that. For what? Yeah. How they gonna win it? They're not gonna win it.
They're no suing way. Microsoft over antitrust or something. So who knows how that's gonna go?
Oh boy, that's crazy. I don't see how they're gonna win that because right now Sony is in the hot seat because of the antitrust that they've been doing.
Oh yeah.
Like Sony. This is so
Sony
crazy.
has made themselves look so bad during this whole deal.
Yeah, now you got the United States senator, all the politicians getting involved. Talking about, wait a minute.
Yeah,
hey,
they want to see all these backhanded deals that Sony does to keep Xbox out of Japan, basically.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense on how Sony they can, do what they can do in American markets. Since it's one. I guess you could say PlayStation is still the biggest market in America. I know it's neck and neck with Xbox. It's still neck and neck with Xbox because this is Xbox's biggest market, But of course,
this is the only market that Xbox can even compete with Sony in North America.
Yes,
but everywhere else, Sony is dominant.
But with all the backhanded deals and all the anti-competitive practices that Sony has been doing, it's gonna backfire because when the government get involved. If they can actually kick Sony out of America, like I'm just saying.
My god! If that happens, I'm leaving the internet and hiding.
Yeah,
I know it's not gonna happen, but I'm just saying it's making PlayStation Sony look bad because
it's they kind of brought this on themselves, unfortunately, because they were the ones saying Xbox does all these kind of backhanded deals, but They do it too. Like everyone knows, Nintendo does it. They do it. Microsoft does it. That's how they get exclusives.
Yeah.
But they brought so much attention to it that even senators are getting involved now, which is wild to think about.
Hey man.
Like now they want to see why are you keeping games off Xbox in Japan to keep them out of Japan? Like that's pretty crazy, and it's all self-inflicted too, which is insane.
But not only
Microsoft didn't bring any of this up. Sony brought it all up.
It's just not Japanese games that Sony is keeping off of Xbox. It's just about damn near everything they're keeping off of Xbox. It's just, how's that even fair to compete? That's not even fair. You know,
It's not. That's why Xbox has to do things like buy Bethesda and try to buy Activision.
So I just don't understand on how it just doesn't make sense. It really don't make sense on how that one company can do it, but not the other company. But with I'm trying to, who was it that asked for the document? It was not the senator. It was somebody else that was.
There's a senator that asked for it too.
I forgot, it was somebody else.
I don't know their names.
That was asking for the documents. Because remember, they got subpoenaed to show the documents from somebody. I'm trying to remember who it was.
Yeah, they got subpoenaed to show like their deals for I think this generation.
I think it
like if they went back a few generations.
I think they asked for at least 10 years.
10 years, right? Yeah.
And so they refused to do that because they know that it's not
gonna make them look bad.
It's not gonna make them look bad. So all that lobbying that they've been doing, and Jim Ryan flying all over the world, you know, just talking, preaching to the choir, and FTC, you know, CMA, tell them how bad this deal is going to be. It's going to destroy our company. We ain't nothing without Call of Duty. It is so embarrassing.
Sony has destroyed their relationship with Activision.
Yes, they did.
They have completely destroyed it. You can tell Activision is so fed up with Sony.
Yeah. Even though Bobby Kotick did say they're going to still, you know, continue to do relationships with them, but as far as...
business is business. But I don't think they're going to get that exclusivity deal with Sony again if this doesn't go through.
I doubt it. It's out the window. It is definitely out the window. Because it's like this, even if this doesn't go through, I can still see their games going on Game Pass, even if this deal doesn't go through. Because Sony,
I don't know about that, because they seem pretty hesitant about Game Pass. They don't have a single Call of Duty on Game Pass. The only reason they would go is because Microsoft would force it.
Well, Microsoft,
if they bought them, I don't think they would do. I don't think they'd put anything on Game Pass unless they are purchased by Microsoft. To be honest, because their games sell like crazy. So why would they bother?
Well, for the right amount of money. Just saying.
Well, yeah, if Microsoft paid them, but they haven't been able to give them enough money yet.
Yeah, because
to do it.
because of all the exclusive deals that they had with Sony. That's why.
Yeah, well, that's true.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But once that deal goes out, then they don't have to deal with Sony no more. They ain't got to deal with Sony paying all these. It ain't just Activision. Everybody else, you know, making sure that these games are going to Game Pass. It's just I don't know what to say. If that's not anti-competitive, what the hell is that? Like, you know, Octopath Traveler 2 just came out. It's on the PS5, but it's not on the Xbox. But the original Octopath's on the Xbox, but it's not on the PS4. So it's just crazy.
That's a weird one.
It's crazy. So Square Enix and Xbox, that's another conversation. The relationship is
Square Enix
crazy.
has a very strange relationship with Xbox.
It's so crazy, dude.
That's like it's a complete polar opposite of Sega and Xbox. Like Sega is easily the most friendly Japanese company with Xbox. All their games, I think every single game they make is multi-plat to Xbox.
Yeah. Well, remember all those rumors that Microsoft was gonna probably buy Sega? I know there was rumor like last year, and of course, Xbox, they said that they wanted to get into the mobile gaming, and Sega just bought Rovio. Wink, wink.
Well, that's a huge reason why they want Activision as well, because they own King, which makes Candy Crush.
Yeah, but let's say that this doesn't happen. They don't get the ABK deal, and Sega might fall into their lap. I'm just saying.
I personally would prefer them to buy Sega over Activision. Sega has more interesting games than Activision.
Like, as far as Activision, only games I play with Call of Duty. I've never been into the Blizzard games, and I never, Crash and Spyro. That's what I used to play as a kid, but I don't really have no nostalgia for it. To be honest.
Yeah, I played Crash 4 a couple months ago. That game's pretty good.
Yeah.
I would love a new Spyro game. I hope they actually make one. But Activision is so hesitant to make anything that's not Call of Duty.
Yeah, like I prefer Bethesda over Activision because I just love their single player games. I love the Dishonored series. I love the Doom, the Wolfenstein, the Evil Within. They got some bangers of franchises on.
Yeah, and Hi-Fi Rush now, which is an absolute banger.
That's another banger. You know, of course, if you're into the Elder Scrolls and the Fallouts, that's a huge banger.
Those are the ones I don't care about. I just like Doom, Wolfenstein, and Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah, the ones you don't care about, that one makes the most money.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm just saying, like, Bethesda's more interesting to me than Activision. I just play Call of Duty just for the single player. I hardly play the multiplayer.
And that's like the whole thing over this is like they're really fighting over Call of Duty. I don't think anybody gives a crap if any other of the franchises went to just exclusive Xbox or whatever.
Yeah, it's because the
like
Call
it's
of Duty
definitely for
Sony
Call of Duty.
Well, they've said as much. Like they claim Call of Duty makes them more money than their first party games, which I don't believe.
Sony could have kept Spyro and what's the other one?
They used to own Crash.
Yeah, they used to own Crash and Spyro, and they sold them like morons.
They sold them
because they want to be like, we want to be the big boy console now. And we're like, I was like, shut the fuck up. And now what? Look where I got you. Now you're like, care more about Call of Duty. Now you're gonna cry about it.
Yeah,
I'm sick of hearing about this. I don't understand copyright law, but I don't think the whole entire world needs to get involved in it. As far as I know, this is very strange.
Yeah.
And then we got people in the like, oh my god, we gotta contact the president. I'm like, what?
Hey, million of those fanboys was they was freaking tagging Joe Biden. What the ABK did? I was like, oh my god!
I'm like, stop! Don't get these people. Don't get these politicians involved in video games. They tried that already, and that didn't end well.
That is so funny, man.
Like you know, politicians are trying to be against these shooter games, right? You know, they're gonna like. I don't know.
Oh, because of all the mass shootings and all that. In that case,
right? So it's like,
okay, then
you know, when every time this happens, who do they blame first? Oh, he played video games. I'm like, don't get them involved.
Okay, what about Hollywood? Like, if you go point at one direction, point at the other one.
I don't know. Like I said, like all I know is every time this happens, the first thing, what video games? Oh, it's all video games. It's like, so don't get these people involved.
Yeah. Oh, Daddy.
Leave all the politicians because they think video games are evil anyway. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh, your boy got big.
I want to hear it.
How's your boy?
How's
your boy? He got big.
Yeah, he's almost 2 now.
Oh shit! God dang. I remember last time we talked, he was just a little infant, little baby.
Yeah. I got another one on the way. It's coming in August.
Damn. Are y'all finished? Are y'all finished? Or y'all keep going?
Yeah, two is the max.
2 is the max. All right, that's what you say now.
I don't need a basketball team like Amazon.
I'm sure real Amazon said the same thing before too.
Damn.
Hey, about what are you doing?
So yeah. So do y'all remember exactly what? I know they say April 20-something for the final decision of the CMAs, but a couple of weeks ago, whenever they make that long statement about Microsoft saying they don't see no reason of Microsoft being anti-competitive because, of course, they didn't offer everybody the 10-year contracts. You know, they putting their was it Call of Duty on everybody else's platform, including Steam. Of course, they said
for 10 years.
Yeah, for 10 years. Well, of course, Steam said there's no need for the contract because we trust you. So. Like stuff like that it's kind of like everybody is for the deal except Sony. Sony just continuously just keep on trying to just I don't know what else Sony can do because everything pinpoints to their hypocrisy. Everything points to the fact that Microsoft is willing to do what it takes to get this deal done. And when I say do what it takes, that's putting even on other competitors' subscription service. They is willing to put it on the PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, they said they would allow Sony to put it day and date on PS Plus.
Day and date, and Sony's still refusing. So what?
Well, you heard what Jim Ryan said, right? Like he told them, "I don't want a deal. I just want to
block it."
Like that's all you need to hear. Like
that is crazy. I don't know that type of language. I don't know. He's I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. He's doing what he's been paid to do. You know, that's his job.
Exactly.
That's his job. So we can't get mad at him. You know, he's just doing what he's getting paid to do. But he's kind of on the losing side because
I
everybody
think
else
at this
is against
point
him.
he's played every card he has.
There's nothing else he can do. There's nothing else he can do. Like, they just purchased Bungie for about $2-3 billion, and they actually have a competitor to Call of Duty. It might not make as much money as Call of Duty, but they still make a lot of money. Do you know Destiny still have over 100-something thousand concurrent players on Steam? Like,
yeah, it's very successful.
It is so successful, and I don't understand why are they still crying. Like,
Call of Duty is more successful.
It doesn't matter as long as look. See, one thing about Microsoft, I can give them some kudos, some props. They was playing the long game, and when I say the long game, as an Xbox fan, we are really waiting. That's the long game. We're waiting, but they has been making
a whole generation.
But they've been making some moves that is going to be future proof for not only us as Xbox fans, but the Xbox brand and ecosystem for like the next 10, 20, 30 years. And Sony, they are still stuck in the traditional ways to where they is desperate right now because, pretty soon everything's going to go to digital. Pretty soon, everything's going to go to a cloud base. And Microsoft has always, I'm just saying, Microsoft has always been in front of that. They always been talking about that, So
they want to be the leaders in cloud.
But we already know the future of video games is going to be. Everything's going to be so digitized. Everything's going to probably be cloud-based. And pretty soon, I don't know, man. Maybe not next generation, but maybe the generation after that, when we be in our damn 50s, I think it's going to be in the clouds. Everything will be cloud based. It's getting to a point that consoles ain't going to exist no more. I'm just saying it's going to be to a point consoles not going to exist no more. I'm just being real. That they didn't already.
One sec. I gotta see something in the chat here. Hey, leave that plugged in. It said 12 feet tall. Says make him play a Wii U game. All right, here you go. Here's a gamepad. Yes, I still have a stupid Wii U. Here, do you like the gamepad, buddy? Do you like the Wii U? You like it, or is it trash? Tell Daddy, is it trash? Trash! Get this trash out of here!
hey, keep that Wii U.
There you go, 12 feet tall. There you go.
Hey, keep that Wii U in those games because that shit done went up in price. Ever since Nintendo fucking shut the damn store down, the eShop and the Wii U.
My Wii U might be a brick. Didn't you hear? Like if you don't turn it on for a few years, it might not boot up anymore.
Are you serious? Oh,
yeah,
man.
there was like a bunch of news articles about it, like a couple weeks ago.
Damn.
All this confuses me because, like, when the Wii U was out, everybody did nothing but trash this system, talk about how terrible it was. Nobody wanted to buy it, and now that Nintendo's moved on, and oh my God, how could it do this to the poor Wii U? Oh, why do they hate the Wii U so much? What? I'm like,
you knew they were gonna do that, though.
I'm like, do you guys not remember? Your videos are still up, guys. These people spent 4 years just absolutely like trashing this system, and all of a sudden they want to get offended for like. First of all, they never bought the Wii U.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I can't believe they did this. They're doing this to Wii U. How could they shut down? Why does Nintendo? I'm like, huh?
Why would the Wii U eShop? Nobody uses it. Like, what does it matter that it shut down?
I know. All of a sudden, y'all want to be champions of the Wii U, and the. It's like some of y'all bought Wii U's just to throw them in the trash.
Like videos about it. The 3DS eShop, I understand because there's a bunch of games on there that just can't get anywhere else except in 3DS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the fact that
be careful, please.
The way they handle their, I call virtual console now. It's terrible, but. It's like don't pretend you suddenly feel sorry for like the Nintendo and the Wii U, or the eShop people.
I mean, I think it's more people are like they'll do this to the Switch too, So they just kind of want to get ahead of it because eventually they'll do this to the Switch.
You mean the same Switch that everybody wants to die, and when they want a new Switch now, I'm just like,
Well, if you're gonna throw the gamepad, do it on the camera. They don't believe me that you don't like the Wii U. Come on.
I'm just saying, a lot of these anger tubers have very short memories. I'm just saying, just throwing that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by the time the Switch eShop closes down, it'll probably be maybe 5 years into the next Switch.
But I know, but then you'll like supposedly have your more powerful Switch that you've been asking for since like day 2 of the Switch release.
Been asking for it since 2017.
Right? I'm like, just like, why do they pretend? Like, why do you make videos that stay up on the internet? Just like,
oh yeah, the outrage for the eShop closing was absolutely ridiculous.
I know. I'm like, oh, did you buy a Wii U? No, then what are you mad
Well,
about?
then what do you care then? Oh, it's the principle of it all.
Shit, now
Like, I remember all y'all in the 4 years that the Wii U existed, and you were not nice to it. Now you want to be his best friend. Get the fuck out.
Shit, now I wish I kept my Wii U since everything went up in fucking cost now.
Oh, you got rid of yours?
Yeah, remember I got robbed?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they took all my shit.
You would think if someone robs you, they'd leave the Wii U there.
And people made videos. People made videos of them selling their Wii U to GameStop. Like, just take this away.
Yeah, because remember I was in the middle of playing God dang it, what's that JRPG? What is that
Xenoblade?
Xenoblade Chronicles X. I was in the middle of playing that.
That's a long game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was so pissed. I think I put over 60 hours into that game, and they just all of a sudden somebody came and broke into my apartment and took everything. I was like, "Are you guys to be fucking kidding me, man?" But yeah, man, I'm so glad we don't stay there in the hood no
Sean,
more.
everybody moved on from the Wii U, but suddenly people want to have bleeding hearts about it because it's not like around anymore.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Especially the people who didn't like the thing in the first place.
Well, it's nice that at least most of the good games from the Wii are on the Switch now. They just gotta put Twilight Princess and Wind Waker over.
I would love to play Wind Waker.
And Xenoblade Chronicles X, but they don't seem to want to do that.
Oh, that's kind of crazy because Twilight Princess is one of my least favorite Zeldas. It's kind of crazy.
Which one?
Twilight Princess. That's one of my least favorite.
That was my first. That was my first Zelda game, actually.
I don't know.
I started with Twilight Princess. I always have a soft spot for that one.
Call me crazy, man. I really enjoyed Skyward Sword. Just call me. I know some people didn't like it because
I don't like that game.
I did not enjoy Skyward Sword.
I did. I just don't know. I just love it.
Skyward Sword is like 10 hours too long.
You didn't like because the game
filler.
sucks, or is because of the motion plus the Wiimote?
No, just like the actual game itself. There's too much backtracking and filler in the second half of the game.
For me, the motion controls outweighed the other part, so yeah, I was like, eh. And I thought they would fix that with the new one, but no, they somehow made it worse.
Calm down. Why are you
I don't know. I guess as far as the Zelda game, like I would probably put Wind Waker over Twilight Princess. I'll probably say Wind Waker, Wind Waker, Skyward Sword, and Twilight Princess. It's my least favorite.
Wind Waker's my favorite Zelda, easily.
Yeah,
I wish they would remake or re-put that Ocarina of Time 3DS on the Switch somehow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but didn't you say you was tired of remakes?
Really good Zelda game.
You just say you was tired of remakes. So which is it now? You just say you was tired of it.
I'm in trouble.
Uh-oh. What you do now?
Yes, I'm aware I said that, but you know.
Does it need a bit of pepper or anything like that?
No, it's fine.
This is the bacon jam.
That's good.
Do you taste the chipotle?
Baba, why are you throwing all my
I just don't hear enough talk about Ocarina of Time
Thank
from
you,
you two, and
Daddy.
it breaks my heart.
Thank you.
Well, okay.
Okay,
What about a game that's 20, 30 years old? Like, come on. That warrants a remake, man. Come on, man. Ocarina of Time and
Yeah, but I'm not talking about games that are 20, 30 years old. They're remaking games that aren't that old.
yeah. When did Resident Evil 4 come out? It's been out for a while.
2005. Right,
Dude.
2004.
Dude,
So it's been about 9 years.
That's almost 20 years, dude. 2004.
Wait, no, what? Is it? No, that can't be right.
2004 is almost 20 years. We in 2023.
God damn it.
Yeah, but you just said, like, come on, man. Like, okay, that's why I say you have to play Resident Evil. You have to play the remake. You have to play it. It's like, don't get me wrong. Like, to the core, you know, like it's
And we'll
still
get around
Resident
to
Evil
it.
4, but they make some tweaks. Like, it's a proper remake. I guess you could say reimagining, but it's awesome, dude. It's that type of single player game that you want to replay over and over again. My son, I already beat it 5 times.
That was Resident Evil 4 to begin with. I mean,
I don't know. My son, he's so obsessed with Resident Evil 4. Like, even with the original Resident Evil 4, he loved it. But he told me he's on his 6th playthrough and he's on hardcore right now. It's that type of game. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, as far as remakes goes, like, if it's like that Last of Us remake, then no, I don't want no game that was
God,
barely
I can't
10 years old. When did Last of Us come out? On the PS3, 2010, 2011,
13, right?
13. So that's not even.
Yeah.
So it's barely been 10 years.
they're
No,
already
no.
talking about remaking the first Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm like, what?
That was weird.
That
That can't be right. There's
that-
no way that's true. I'm
Yeah,
that's gotta be a joke.
that doesn't make sense at all. But if that's what Sony wants to do, I don't understand. Because
I don't know. I just like that had to be a joke. There's no way.
I kind of believe it.
There's nothing wrong with Forbidden West. Like, what would they even need that for to make a remake?
No, the first one.
Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
Zero Dawn?
No wrong with it at all. It was great. I mean, like, but they want to remake it all. So I'm like,
I mean,
why?
other than the facial textures, but are you gonna remake the game just for that?
I don't know.
you
Like,
could
the
really
game
just
still
tweak the
looks
original.
great.
I don't know.
I don't see no need to remake it because the game looks really awesome. So I don't see the purpose of them doing that. It doesn't make sense.
I don't get it either.
But then
I
again,
know they're making like a Horizon multiplayer. They're making a one standalone multiplayer for Horizon. So maybe that's why they want to remake the first game to coincide with that. But still, it's not. It's only been out for a few years. Like, it came out the same time as Breath of the Wild.
was that 2017?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really not.
Now we're getting
nothing
Breath of the
long ago.
Wild DLC. Hey.
No,
Man,
man.
I wasn't excited for Tears of Kingdom at all until that last trailer.
That
That
last
last trailer
trailer
was so good.
That right there sold me on that game. It
Yeah.
really did.
Everything else they've shown about that game, it did just look like Breath of the Wild DLC. And then this new trailer comes out, and it's like, holy shit, this is going to be amazing.
So what do y'all think is gonna score? Think it's gonna score 97 on Metacritic like Breath of the Wild?
No.
Less?
I think 95.
95?
Just because
Yeah.
it'll be relatively similar to Breath of the Wild, and you won't have that same WoW experience.
Yeah, you never know. You know, Nintendo get that extra 5 points, so you never know. What was it? Nintendo Sony get the extra 5 and Xbox get that negative 5.
Oh, they might get more points for Thirst Trap Ganon.
Thirst trap.
I like
Ganon,
the
what
new Ganon looks
hell?
awesome. Except his voice is terrible. I don't know why they chose that voice.
I don't know.
Doesn't sound menacing at all.
Hey, didn't you say he's gonna take off of work for a few days to play that?
I did. I already got the time off from the game. Huh?
Damn. Well, you ready, ain't you? Shit.
I did it for Breath of the Wild too. I took like the
Man, I thought you,
weekend.
dude. I thought you about to say I did it for Ocarina of Time. Dude, how old are you, man? God damn.
Well, Ocarina of Time came out. I didn't have a job yet, so I had plenty.
Yeah,
of time.
that's what I was saying.
I was still in high school when that game came out.
I was about to say, man, you old as hell. Shit, cool. Ocarina of Time. Shit, when you was in high school?
I mean, I was old enough to work when the game came out. I was like 17.
when did that come out? You know, I was probably in middle school.
1998.
Yeah, I was in middle school. I don't mind get a remake of that. I wouldn't mind at all. That one in Majora's Mask, but I don't know if Nintendo just look at the crowd reaction and look how that Metro Prime is getting praised. I actually played the game. It's awesome. They need to do more remakes and remasters. Of course, we did get a remake. What's that other Zelda game that we got? Oh, you got your physical copy? Them things are
I
hard
got
to-
it. Honestly, I don't like this game. I
What?
cannot. For some reason, my mind cannot wrap around Metroid in 3D. I don't know what it is. I
Really?
don't. I just don't like it. I like the 2D ones. I played all the 2D ones now, except for the NES one. I enjoyed all of those, but this one I just can't get into it. I tried on the Wii. I tried on the Wii U. I thought maybe this remaster one would be okay for me. There's something about it. I just don't enjoy it.
Really?
Dread was freaking epic. I like Dread a lot.
Yeah, I love Dread. They just need to keep doing it. 2D, 3D, have them, just keep doing
Yeah.
it because I guess you got a split fan base. Like, I'll say about half the fan base love 2D, to half the fan base love the 3D. But if you want to go by,
I guess I'm one of the 2D fans because I just don't like this one.
don't matter to me. I still love them.
Mm.
But yeah, they definitely need to make a sequel to Dread because that was awesome. That's a game. I don't normally go back and replay games I already beat, but that's a game I will go back and replay. I really do like that game. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
But one thing about Metroid games in general, 2D and 3D, dude, you can get lost so easy. You can get fucking lost. Like, no type of games is not made for kids. Like, like if you just want to experience something linear, something you just push forward and you just, finish the stage. No, it is not like that, man. It is, whoo, man. First time I played Prom, dude, I was like, what the fuck do I do? I was like, where do I go?
It
Man.
eventually gives you hints where to go next.
Yeah, but during the GameCube, it is like, it's a lot different now. You get more hints now, but when it was on the original GameCube, it's not really. You rarely get hints, dude. But they kind of modernized it a little bit with the new one. But I don't know. I do love this one, and like I say, God damn it, I need to finish this up, dude. I'm like down there at the end of the damn game. I still hadn't finished it up. I need to finish it. And I am looking for the physical copy. I do want a physical copy of that because I couldn't wait. Just like
Oh, I got that already.
Really? Was it hard to get?
I just found it randomly in Walmart, and I got the last copy, so probably.
I don't know why they limit the copies, the physical copies of Metro, because a lot of people like us, like the physical, gamers, we still love physical. I don't know why they just not putting many physical copies in stores. It doesn't make sense. I don't know, man.
Maybe they didn't think it'd be that popular.
Yeah, maybe not. Super Nerd says, so is this going to be a 13-hour podcast? 13 hour? Hell no. Ain't going to be no 13-hour podcast.
Oh, no, because I already want to go to bed. I'm getting tired.
we about to wrap it up. It's just like I say, we just trying to I guess get the gang back together, man. Just talk about a little, like I said, wasn't much that happened these past few days besides, of course, the big acquisition, Sega buying the Angry Birds company, whatever. I still think they're gonna do big with them. Like I say, Sega, obviously they making a lot of money because they spending almost $1 billion for this company. The last acquisition that Sega had was Atlas, and I don't even think they spent nearly as much as them getting Rovio. Because I think they spent maybe about $100-something million for Atlas.
That's a steal.
That is a steal. Like seriously, that is a freaking steal. Like just judging,
Just like Sony buying Insomniac, that was a steal.
yeah, and
Now they're carrying the PS5.
well, I guess how much they bought Bungie? I think they gave a little bit too much for Bungie. It was like $3-4 billion or something.
Yeah, it's weird. They paid so much for Bungie, and they really only make the one game.
Just the one game.
I guess it's constant revenue though. Every month you pay for it, right?
I guess, but I don't know.
Or every expansion or whatever.
I think they gave them at least $1 billion too much. That's a lot of money they gave for that. If they was willing to spend so much money on Bungie and they know they're gonna make billions of dollars off of them, why the hell are they still crying about Call of Duty? And they got their that's what I'm saying. Why are they crying about them? They got their own shooter to compete with them. It doesn't make sense. I really don't understand. Really don't understand.
And that's like what they're doing with Destiny is the same thing Microsoft's gonna do with Call of Duty. They're still keeping it on both platforms. and PC, and like nothing really changes except Sony's the one getting the money from Bungie now, and that's what Microsoft would be doing with Call of Duty.
Yeah.
They're keeping it on PlayStation, and they're bringing it to all these like no-name cloud services just to prove that they're not being cloud exclusive too. It's like every week you're like, oh, we signed a 10-year deal with this cloud company no one's ever heard of. Like, okay, great.
Who knows what happens in 10 years? They might strike another deal. You don't know.
You never
Yeah.
know. 12
Well,
feet.
they can't do an infinite deal. That's just not a thing. Like,
Yeah,
that's what
there's no
Sony
such
wants.
thing. There's no such
There's
thing.
no
as a
such
forever
thing.
deal.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
10 years is more than what any other company would offer.
Yeah, because like you never know. Some other company could come out with a shooter that's gonna be more popular than Call of Duty. You never know.
Just have Sony come out with their own version called Shout of Service or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, because before Call of Duty, it was all about Halo. That was the most popular shooter.
Yeah.
Then came Call of
And
Duty.
Call of Duty took over.
Yeah, Call of Duty took over, and you never know. Something else might take over these next few years. We just never know. So
All I'm saying is I would not be sad if Call of Duty just disappeared from the existence one day. I'm not really gonna cry over its loss if it decided not to happen anymore.
I like the Call of Duty campaigns, but the multiplayer I haven't touched in a while.
yeah, I just play just for the campaigns. That's it. If I'm gonna play a multiplayer game, it's gonna be Infinite. Like I like Halo Infinite's multiplayer. It sucks, man, because Halo Infinite is actually a really great game. I enjoyed the single player campaign. It's awesome. The multiplayer was fun, but it's the lack of content on the main reason why it's getting so much flack. You would think this game would have scored in the 60s or 50s the way people are shitting on it, but the game scored an 87 on Metacritic, in which that's a really great score. So I don't know. It just sucks, but. That's what happened when you talking about this was going to be a 10-year game, and all of a sudden everybody leaving a 3-4-3, and like it's just sad. It just sucks. It's like every day somebody's leaving the company. Somebody's leaving, and this is why everything's pinpointed to leadership, the management. Everything get pinpointed back to Phil Spencer or Matt Booty. Like all this stuff that's been going on with the delays of a lot of these games. Like now you got the whole 30 frame rates on the Redfall. Like,
that is a joke.
Yeah, that's a joke. It doesn't make sense. We are in this new generation of consoles in which this generation was supposed to be about frame rates. Last generation was about the fidelity. We got the 4Ks. We got at first it started off at 1080p. Then of course, they had to get the mid-generation refresh because the Xbox One and PS4 was so far behind PC. It was so laughable. That's why they had to try to keep catch up by releasing those mid-generation consoles to give us the 4K. So now we got the whole 4K and we got the whole resolution at the door. Now it's about the performance.
Yeah, the biggest thing with this Redfall is like Microsoft was the one touting frames per second. They were saying world's most powerful console. We're gonna have 60 FPS, 120 FPS, and then their first big $70 AAA game for the Xbox Series X, and it's not 60 FPS. That's so stupid. they always do this, man. They always do this to themselves.
So that's what I'm not understanding. Like with the whole Bethesda thing, I'm not sure. Do Microsoft have the final say so on what they're gonna do or how they're gonna manage them?
They own them, so like they're the ones that are gonna let them push it out the door like this. If Microsoft wanted, they can make them delay the game. Of course they could. They own them.
Because it just doesn't sit right with me, especially with the PR lately. You don't release a trailer that's showing 60 frames per second. We was looking at all this fast pace, and I was like, okay,
it's
it looks
been
interesting.
very, very sketchy. Everything about this game is sketchy.
I remember like a month ago when they released the trailer. I said, okay, this looks good. I like this trailer. Everything looks fast paced, looks 60 frames. I was like, okay, I might can dig with this. But these last couple of weeks, it's been PR hell especially with
Yeah.
the IGN gameplay. I don't know what's
Oh,
up.
that definitely didn't help. Whoever was playing that game doesn't know how to play video games.
First, I don't know, man. It just doesn't make sense on how something like that shouldn't. Xbox have the final say so on how a game should be released.
you would think that they would look at that and say, no, get someone else to play this.
Yeah, because remember before Sonic Frontiers came out, IGN did the same shit with that horrible gameplay. And that would trigger everybody to be like, hey, delay the game, delay the game. It looks like shit, it looks like shit. Like, what the hell you do? Like, I don't know who's playing these games and who's giving them the okay to release that on the trailer. To get thousands, millions of views and millions of dislikes. And
It makes the game look bad.
it makes the game look bad, man. That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, shouldn't Microsoft have some type of anybody have a say so before anybody from IGN, GameSpot, whoever that release a trailer? Just be like, okay, I don't like how this looking.
The thing I don't understand is why don't they just delay the game? Because they just brought out Minecraft Legends, so it's not like they don't have a game for this quarter. And this game launches in between Jedi Survivor and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which are both bigger games than this. It has so little time to build a fan base because people are going to wait for that patch. Who knows how long that's going to be? I would imagine at least 3 months. And by that time, everyone's going to forget about Redfall. It's like they're not doing themselves any favors by just rushing this game out. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm thinking the reason why they're not going to delay it because they got these other releases like Forza Motorsports.
Forza doesn't even have a release date.
But I think it's still supposed to release this year though. And not only that, of course you got the Starfield. And
Starfield's it's September.
That's September. Right? You don't want to release any damn game near that game. Like, yeah, and of course
I still do it in June. Give them a couple months to get the 60 FPS mode ready because this is just a bad look.
I think June should be fine if they delay the game for at least 1 month to try to patch out that 60 frames. I'll be fine with that, But there's a rumor that Hellblade might be a holiday release. So how can you release Redfall in the middle of that? And of course, like I say, you got Forza Motorsport, you got Starfield, you got Hellblade. So how the hell can you fit 4 games in a 3 to 4 month span?
I don't know, but this isn't the right thing to do because that game's gonna get lambasted in reviews for this. Every review is gonna be screaming about that 30 FPS. They will. I guarantee you, this game won't even reach 80.
I don't know, man. It's an Arcane game. Arcane, they do get good reviews. Arcane.
They do, but this whole 30 FPS controversy gets them so many clicks and shit. Of course, they're gonna put it into the review.
Well, what's the name scored in the 80s? Plague Tale Requiem. That was a 30 FPS.
Yeah, but they didn't
tout high frame rate shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
They didn't lie to they basically were lying by showing the 60 FPS PC mode this whole time.
Yeah.
Then a couple weeks before the game releases, actually it's 30 on consoles. That's why we haven't showed you any of it.
Yeah, I guess
Record didn't make any claims. It was just like,
Yeah.
hey, please like our game.
And that game is awesome.
Yeah, I guess they. Yeah, I don't know. That's all on Xbox, man. Oh man,
It's a bad look.
It's
especially
a bad
when
look.
you're always touting you're the world's most powerful console and all this shit. It looks bad.
And you gotta remember, if this thing get delayed, then that's gonna push that 12-month window again, because they could be like, oh, they lied again.
Yeah, but that's already out the window.
Yeah.
Forza's not making that time. Starfield's not making that time. That means half the games they talked about aren't making that time.
If I wanted to play the game, I could play on PC at 60 frames, but
Yeah. Yeah, for me personally, it doesn't matter because I could play it on PC, but that game just does not look interesting.
It just after seeing it looked like Left 4 Dead, I'm like, okay, never mind, I'm out.
Yeah, it's just whatever. But for those people that were interested in it for the console, this is really stupid.
I don't know what to say about that, man. I don't know what to say about it. This is why they get bashed with the whole management issues and
it's always like this with them.
I don't know.
always something.
They just keep getting these Sony fanboys more fuel. It's just I don't know. Because this is probably why you see the same people on Twitter crying every day talking shit about Xbox, because they giving them reasons to talk shit. Like, just stop messing up. Just
like I said, I got most of them muted. I can't stand this anymore. I can't. I don't care.
It just seems like it's so hard for Xbox to get a game out the door without some sort of issue.
I don't know. I don't even know what
Except
to
for
say.
Hi-Fi Rush, and that's because we didn't know anything about the game till it was launched.
Well, gee, maybe that's the problem. They need to stop advertising. Just launch games.
So
Right?
when
don't tell anybody games are coming. Just like launch them one day.
which E3 when they announced they acquired? Remember when they started buying all these studios with Compulsion and what was the first studios they bought? Y'all remember?
Oh, there was so many. It's
No.
like 8 at once.
It was 8. What year was that when
We
they
still
announced
have
that?
not seen anything from Compulsion Games.
Like they bought all these companies. They showed all these trailers, and that was like 3 years ago. And there's nothing.
We still to this day have not seen gameplay for Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark
I know, we
or
just talked about it.
That was announced years ago.
Was it State of Decay 3? It's been about 3 years. All we got
State
is
of Decay
CGI.
3. They say it's coming soon, but all we've ever seen is CGI. As far I don't think we've actually seen gameplay for it, right? Maybe I just wasn't paying attention.
Now, this is
Remember,
why
like that other game of Vow that they haven't showed anything. They showed like one thing, and then like you never saw it again.
You need to either watch them or throw this.
Avowed gameplay. Let me see. When this first came out, Avowed trailer. What year? Was it first trailer? It says 2 years ago. Actually, this July is going to July 23 is going to be 3 years since we got the official, was it 1 minute 23-second trailer of Avowed? It's been almost 3 years.
It's crazy.
3 fucking years,
And
man.
rumor. Well, I don't really talk about rumors too much, but like rumors about the Avowed have been that they've been having a lot of problems.
Yeah,
Who knows?
everybody having problems. Perfect Dark having problems. Remember they had to get not Square Enix, Crystal Dynamics to help.
Crystal Dynamics is basically making the game for
helping
them.
them with that.
Yeah, like a lot of the people left the studio.
It's just like a lot of people leaving
Crystal
3.
Dynamics. Where's my next Tomb Raider game?
That's years away.
Better ask Amazon for that. That's who owns them. Is it
Yeah,
Amazon?
Amazon's gonna be publishing it. I hope it turns out good. I
Oh,
like
great!
Tomb
Means you have to like buy it through Twitch or some shit like that.
Twitch.
Raider. Hopefully not.
I don't know. You know. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Don't know what to say. It's just I just hope
They need to make a new Tomb Raider game because apparently I'm not getting more Uncharted games ever.
Naughty Dog.
What is Naughty Dog
Like,
trying to do anyway?
nobody made a big deal. Like, really, we're just gonna sit here and like, well, we're not really gonna make any more Uncharted games. I'm like, what? And we all just let that go?
They want to do something new. They said, right?
Like, what? Last of Us 3?
starting Abby. Yep, that's gonna be the main protagonist, Abby, and she's gonna have a 8-pack. She's gonna have, she gonna buff up even more in this game.
Oh god. I said I never played Last of Us 2. I had gotten rid of my PlayStation at that point.
I don't think that was the problem with the game. It was just the story was just bad.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
gameplay
like,
was awesome. It's just the story.
Yeah, I heard the game itself was okay. Just people didn't really like the story.
Yeah, I've already had the story ruined, but so I know about the ending. I'm like, that is pretty stupid.
Yeah,
I don't want to spoil it for the chat here in case people don't know it, but yeah, the way the story ends is pretty dumb.
Yeah, I remember sitting there hearing about all that too. And it's like, okay, whatever.
Well, the game been out for about 3-4 years, man. If they mad about a spoiler, then I don't know what to say. For real.
Rises. Okay.
Oh,
The
boy.
show was good though. I liked the Last of Us show. I enjoyed.
I feel like the last episode they rushed it. That last episode should have been a lot longer than like 40 something.
Yeah, the
minutes.
last episode could have been like a 2-part special.
Yeah, it should have been a 2-part. They rushed the hell out of that. Yeah, it's a good show. I feel like the most useless episode was the DLC episode.
Yeah, that was pointless.
That like I was like, okay, where we going with this? Okay, just get to it. Just get like, okay, I'm done. I don't know what was that. And I think the episode 2 was probably had the most action, but I didn't want to see some of that stuff on episode 2. I ain't trying to get into that shit. Episode 2.
You're thinking episode 3.
You mean episode 3?
Was it 3? I thought it was 2.
The one with Bill, right?
Oh, I thought it was 2. So it was 3?
Yeah, that was 3.
No, it was 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two is the one where Tess dies.
Oh, okay. So it was 3.
Yeah.
I think 3 probably had one of the most action, but that other stuff, I was like, okay, I can't see this.
I just
shit.
thought
I can't
I'm
see
watching the
it.
episode. I'm like, oh god, the internet's gonna.
I was like,
fucking-
oh, okay. Oh my
The
god.
scene with the fence and the robbers, that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
just
everybody-
crazy. I don't know. I don't know what was in the game about Bill and what was that in the game? It's like I'm not trying to get into that. I ain't trying to get canceled, man. It just
They just showed like the back. They alluded to that in the game, but
where
they
where
showed-
They
where was
alluded
that
to it in the game because he calls him his partner in the game.
in the game?
Yeah, but he was
course.
dead at that point in the game.
in the game
It's
he was
very
gonna
different.
run off. He was gonna run off with all his shit,
Oh, okay.
and then he got infected, so he hung himself.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's very different.
Well, I'm
In the
pretty
show,
sure.
they, like,
I'm
they
pretty
just
sure a lot of
die.
people, when they sit here at partner, be like, okay, it's my buddy, but that partner, like I guess it went over my head. But like I say, that episode was it was really good. I liked it. It's just I'm a heterosexual male, very masculine. I don't want to see that shit, man. I told my wife, okay, I don't want to see that. Please, just fast forward that, man. Please, man.
I'm just sitting there like, oh god, the internet is gonna be having a field day tomorrow.
Oh man,
Let's do
yes,
this.
they had a field day, man.
The only problem I had with the episode is like that Joel and Ellie didn't get to actually meet Bill in the episode. That was weird. Like you would think Bill would meet Ellie before they die.
Yeah, because you did in the game. I don't know.
Yeah, in the game they interact, so
Yeah.
that was strange to me. But otherwise, I thought it was a pretty good episode.
I think season 2, I think they said that they're going to make it into 2 parts. So if we plan
I think
on,
they're gonna draw out.
They're really going to try to put off game 2.
Yeah.
in the season
Yeah,
for a while.
they will.
Definitely,
Yeah, because if
because
they
there's a huge time gap between part 1 and part 2, so they have a lot of TV shows that they could make before that.
yeah,
But all I know is once the golf club enters the show, I'm done. That's when I'm done with the show. But until then, I'll keep watching.
oh man, that is I don't know who come up with that shit, man. How you,
Neil Druckmann.
it's like Nintendo just get the golf club and just kill Mario. Why would you kill the main character, man? I don't understand. That's just so stupid, man. God dang. Well, then,
Oh yeah, that's true. To Sean, no Fable either. We haven't seen Fable at all.
oh yeah, that one too. Yeah. Well, I guess the next Halo game, Abby's gonna make an appearance. She's going to he or she's going to golf club the Shadow of the Master Chief. For real. I don't know, man. It's just strange decisions from Naughty Dog. They make some
Why
hard-
so many people lose their shit over the golf club scene when before that they shot him in the legs and beat the shit out of him?
I don't know, man.
He
The
was
golf
gonna-
club is ridiculous.
He was gonna die anyway.
Nah, the golf club's what did it.
But like the way they killed him it was like, God dang, he went out kind of bad. They don't take him out
did.
like that.
He went out like a bitch, man.
Yeah, he did. Like damn, at least go out like a soldier, but something like that. That's the main reason why Last of Us 2 didn't sell as much as they thought it was gonna sell. Because like a lot of people, they didn't want to support that shit.
Yep.
They didn't. And you know, and
People like Joel.
Not only that. Like I say, I'm not trying to get onto this stuff, but I'm gonna just say the woke stuff, like that, kind of alienate the sales of the game too. I'm not gonna.
I mean, it
lie.
still sold well. It's still over 10 million.
No, it
copies.
still sold well, but it's not gonna sell as much as the first game.
Oh no.
It's not gonna sell. Y'all seen what's going on?
The second game is very divisive, but most people love the first Last of Us. That's usually universally loved.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Well,
it's just,
you know, the second game was supposed to have that hidden message like, "Oh, violence is bad." Well, then why'd you make the game violent?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. She goes through the whole game killing a lot of people.
I feel like if you didn't want violence in the game, you could have like avoided it.
Right? By not making the game.
Like there were parts in the game you couldn't pass unless you killed certain people. I'm like, well, you could have just like avoided that. I mean,
like I said, the game is good.
Hell, you can go through an entire Metal Gear Solid game and not kill one person, so it's possible. I don't know why.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5. You can play the whole game without killing anybody.
Yeah, like pretty much like all of them were like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
Okay.
not Last of Us. Otherwise, you don't learn your lesson, apparently.
I know, right?
Guess not. I guess it's
Oh, and Snake knew how to not kill people, and he was in the army.
Well, I guess besides that, is there anything else?
Oh damn! They're saying in the chat, "Real gamer will soon be real gay."
Oh, clever, clever.
Damn.
Makes no sense.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Gamer. Anyway, like I say, man. I'm a heterosexual, very masculine man. Like I don't have no issues with that community. It's just I don't want to be force fed that. I'm just saying that is it. But yeah. Anyway,
It's not like anybody like held you down and used those things to pry us out and go, look at this! Ah!
Look at it!
Held a gun to your head.
Look at this butch bitch!
Look at this! Look at this now!
I mean, Joel was held down.
Oh yeah, they did hold him down. Damn. Well, yeah.
Get with the times, real.
Get what? Oh man, I ain't trying to get into all that, man. I'm not trying to get into all that, man. That's why I'm trying to speak in code, but like I say, I'm not trying to get into all that. I just know why.
Anyway, this has been another episode of the Real.
Yeah, let's leave that alone. Let's leave that alone. But yeah, man, it was cool doing this with y'all again, and of course, damn, Alex, what's a good time to? Sunday's really the best time for everybody, but I know you say you got family day, man.
If we do Sundays around this time, it's fine.
Around this time?
It's just during the daytime, I'm out doing stuff, so I can't do that. But if there's an evening for Sunday, that's fine.
Evening, it just sucks because
like when we started this one, that would be fine.
Like I said, my Sunday and Monday is iffy because I can't guarantee when I'll be home.
We'll figure it out because, like I said, we 2 hours behind. I'm ahead of y'all, so you talking about around this time? You talking about like 8 o'clock around your time?
Yeah, like 7 or 8 my time.
That means that's 10 o'clock my time, which I should be in bed to go to work. That's what I'm saying. Oh, but we got to figure this out. Damn, that sucks.
Because otherwise, like, we could do Monday, but it would have to be early. Like, Nick is working though, so that wouldn't work.
Oh, really?
So if it's Sunday in the evening time, that's fine for me. That should be okay.
Okay.
You just have to do 2 separate podcasts per week.
No, we'll get it. We'll figure it out. You know, so we start consistently doing this again. But yeah, man, it was nice talking to y'all guys again. Really appreciate y'all coming through, and of course, I'm gonna try not to take another 2 years off with this time. So. For real,
we won't be back until the Activision deal is done.
No, that's gonna be a emergency podcast right there.
Emergency podcast.
I wish you would just go through already or die, so I don't.
Yeah,
have to
this has taken way longer than I thought it would. This
like
is
the entire world is involved in this for some strange reason. I don't know. Understand how?
I know, it's so funny.
I'm very confused.
Yep. Mm-hmm. All right, so
We just gotta wait for Red Dragon's tweet that South America is corrupt.
oh man, it's coming. It's coming. This dude is on one-man mission to freaking stop this deal, ain't he? God dang.
Oh yeah, I was telling Real earlier why he's so mad at Xbox now because Real was like, "Wasn't he an Xbox guy?" And I said, "Well, didn't he try to work at Microsoft and they didn't hire him, so he got mad?"
Apparently, he applied for a job at Microsoft and they turned him down. He's been on a he's been on a vengeance tour ever since. Poor guy, man. That is some next level.
Oh
business.
man, I think I pissed off Super Nerd.
Boy.
Just read his
Hopefully
comment.
he doesn't try to work at Sony because
You see his comment?
we don't want him we don't want this guy in the Nintendo community. We don't need him. We have enough problems. We don't need Red Dragon.
The Red Dragon. Call the president? What?
They did. That's what.
Oh yeah, they did do that. They tagged him.
I was like, dude, leave the politicians out. They already blame video games for violence anyway. They don't need to know about this Call of Duty thing. They're just like,
Mm-hmm. Now I can't even speak in code. I done pissed off somebody in the chat. God dang. Smith said, miss these, man. Don't leave us hanging again. Hey, just life, man. Life, man. That's what happened. Life.
And it's hard because I got a new job. I have a kid. Nick got a new job. Real has like 20 kids. It's hard.
I only got 3 kids. Got 3 kids. Got a teenager.
I was still streaming on Twitch and everything. People, if it's me, I'm not. I didn't go anywhere.
And Nick's been here holding down the fort this whole time.
Uh-huh.
So try to make time. I want to make time because I enjoy doing this.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Either Sunday or Monday. We'll figure it out. So,
I think Monday might be slightly better for me if I'm just a bit late though. You know, start without me. I'll join later.
So if we do Monday, then I think the latest I can do. I know y'all 2 hours behind me. I'll probably say I can at least do 8 o'clock because a lot of times I go to bed
six my time.
because I go to bed between 10:30 and 11. So if we can at least get a couple hours.
Yeah, same here.
So I don't know. 8. The latest is 8:30 my time. Late.
Right.
So yeah, we could try it that way.
Oh, we'll try for next week.
Okay. Cool.
Well, actually, oh shit, I forgot. Next week I'm going on vacation. So next week, if we could do Sunday, that'd be good. But then the week after, probably Monday would be better. So I'm gonna be out of town next week.
Oh, okay. Now we could try Sunday. I'd rather do Sunday, but yeah, that's whatever.
We'll try for Sunday. I'll
Okay.
try to make sure I'm back before evening time.
Oh, okay, cool. The 100-year podcast. Oh, there we go. Okay. Anyway, yeah, appreciate y'all coming back. I enjoyed doing this again, and we're gonna try. Just hopefully, life don't get the best of me again. For real. But yeah, this is a good episode of the Real Talk Podcast, and yeah, we're gonna do this again next week. And don't be surprised if I just pop up and just do a stream and just talking about bullshit. I've been kind of bored lately. But anyway, guys, appreciate y'all coming, and I guess let's get our outros out the way so we get up out of here. Start with you, Nick.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us for another podcast. Look, I didn't make the joke last time about it been taking so long. We kind of ignore it back. So we'll see you again next week. I'm gonna be positive about this, okay? I'm gonna be nice about this.
All right, man.
I'm gonna be more positive about these podcasts and how they'll come around more.
All right, go ahead, Alex.
All right. Thanks for dropping by, everyone. This was a lot of fun. The Mario movie was an absolute banger. It's better than the Sonic movie.
Hey, come on,
life.
man.
Oh, don't get me started. I'm trying to lay down.
You just have to throw a shot, huh?
Well, it's good to be back. We'll try to be back for next week and keep this consistent because this is always fun.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, we will try to do this consistent, man. Hey, if I don't say nothing, just try to hit me up, trying to call me or something. Just be like, hey man, you promised we was gonna do that. Okay, all right, all right, it's gonna go. So that's gonna do it. Sometimes I need to get pushed in the back. Just push me so I can get off my ass and do what I need to do. But yeah, man, it's been great talking to y'all guys again, and appreciate y'all guys coming. And we will see y'all guys next week, either Sunday or Monday, maybe Sunday. So stay tuned and follow us on the Discord. And I will put my Discord in the chat whenever I'm finished streaming. And appreciate you guys for coming, and we will see y'all the next ride. Peace out.
Yeah.